It's an illusion that only this guy sees, or
Only this guy sees it. He will believe that it is completely real now that he has failed. And perhaps my favorite part is anything weird that happens with it, he rationalizes. So if he were to like try to attack it and go through it, he thinks, oh, it must have stepped out of the way. Like, he rationalizes anything to make him continue believing in the illusion.
does that include him taking damage of some kind?
Yes, he will also, if in a target so convinced the phantasm's reality, it can even take damage from the illusion. A phantasm created to appear as a creature can attack the target. Similarly, a phantasm created to appear as fire, a pool of acid or lava can burn the target. So
it's in reality psychic damage.
yes, it's actually psychic damage though.
Let me just find. Gotta go dig up his information now.
They can do and they can use an action to examine the phantasm, but I mean that's kind of your call. My logic with Quizquaz was he's been hearing creepy whispering, then his buddy just goes running screaming out of the building, and then his head melts. Maybe he might believe that this is actually there.
Okay, so you from like, he sort of stops and looks around, looking up, trying to get aim on you, and then all of a sudden from the smoke appears this oily demon, just hot, and his eyes are glowing this white fire, and his mouth opens. He's like, hello, little one. Would you like to make a deal with me? And then the guy just sort of stops, drops his weapon, and goes, and he's frightened and paralyzed in place by the Quizquaz. Now you'll have to instruct him because you're commanding your phantasmal force.
I mean, it reaches out and attacks him. I'm here to deal damage.
So does physical contact work? Okay, so you see his claws come out, and he swipes forward at the dude.
It does 1 damage.
Is it though? No, you don't know his damage.
Yeah, it's 1d6 no matter what.
Oh, no matter what. Okay, so then can you roll to hit then for that?
No, it just does it.
It just hit. Okay, it just hits. I see.
Yeah.
So the phantasmal force reaches out and claws at him, doing how much damage? 4?
1 psychic damage.
Okay, 1. And the guy recoils. Ah! He just like he clutches his arm where the cuts are. There's no cuts, but you see him like just like paralyzed in fear and screaming in pain. Excellent. Hope, it is your turn. And before your turn starts, Trigger looks over to you and he says, "You're looking for it, aren't you? The deed? It's not here. I know it's not here. The jeweler sent you to go and talk to Timba. You should do that. He has the deed. We didn't tell you. He didn't think to tell you, but I know he's got the deed."
I'll give him a little nod, but I'll keep rifling through the desk to see if I can find whatever deal.
As you rifle through the desk, Trigger continues pleading with you, and he says, "Just make sure you don't give it back to Celavus. He's got it out for us. You must save my friend Bertrand. Bring it here. It is the key to solving everything here."
I keep rifling.
I think you should do the right thing. And he continues pleading with you for his side of the thing. You continue rifling. One of the drawers you open, and you find like these sacks in them, and you sort of open them up a little bit, and you see that there are these sacks of like diamonds in there.
Oh.
There's 2 sacks, big ones.
Whoa. That's great.
Oh. lucky.
They're
lucky
black.
Hope.
Scott, you might want to capture that one out.
What are these, Trigger?
That's the jeweler's business. It's his finances, I'm sure.
All right, I'll keep looking. I'll make a note of those, though.
Okay. You keep looking, and you don't find anything really of interest aside from business documents, accounting documents, little promissory notes from people in town to deliver goods in exchange for services.
Okay, cool. And then the bookcase doesn't look like it has anything interesting on it yet.
The bookcase is very light with books, but it has books on it. That's about it.
Okay, I'll go over to his bed. And does he have He has what looks like on the map here a chest in front of his bed.
Yep, there's a chest in there.
Okay, cool. I'll open that and start rifling through it.
You go to open it. It won't open.
I'll walk over to the jeweler's body and I'll start searching his clothes for a key.
Okay, you walk over to his body. Roll an investigation check, please.
Alrighty.
Trigger's just like, I don't think you should be robbing the man.
19.
19. Okay, so you rifle through his pockets. You find these two little brass knuckly blades on him, and you find a pair of glasses and a set of keys.
Awesome. I'll take the keys and I'll go back to the chest.
Okay, you take the keys, go back to the chest, and open it. And it pops open, and you see bundles of gold. You see more documents, and you see clothing.
I'll slam it down in frustration and go to the bed and like flip the mattress and start shaking the pillows.
Okay, you start flipping the mattress over, shaking the pillows. You find a handgun underneath the bed, but nothing else.
Okay, well, I'll go back to the jeweler's body.
That's your turn as you go back. Okay, so next up it is the mage. Again, Varel, you've made good time on the mage. The mage sees that he's not able to get away as you close a bunch of distance, and he turns around towards you again in wild desperation, and turns around, he runs actually towards you, screaming, "Ah!" And he runs towards you and attempts to touch you. Okay, so he's going to make a melee spell attack against you. And as he tries to go to get to you, he doesn't close the distance, and he swings to touch you and misses. And now he's standing right down in front of you. He goes, "Oh shit!" and yeah, it is now your turn.
Oh no, mage!
He's
All right.
very brave.
So, little guy turns around, starts charging at me. I take it as a challenge. And run at him. I want to just step on him as though I didn't even see him there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
So
like it.
I expected a heroic clash. None came instead.
this is an attack roll, I take it, because you're intending to crush him, even if you're trying to make it look like an accident. So roll an attack roll.
All right. Step on him with a 19.
Okay, so he slips underfoot. You bring your foot up to his face and crush down onto him. Roll your damage dice, please.
All right.
I'm not sure what this damage dice is, but you do get an extra 1d6. So let's say unarmed strike plus your 1d6 and modifiers.
Cool. All right. That is 10 points of damage.
All right. So you bring your foot up. It lands on his chest. You push him down into the ground, pinning him, and you just hear like you crush the life almost out of him. His bones break and ribs, like you hear all the ribs cracking under your foot, and he's still alive under your foot, just like the Red Scarlet, see to your death. But he's not dead. Okay, and that's your turn. Nash, anything you want to do?
I want to do. Can I do a? This may be a complete waste of time, but otherwise I'm just going to sit it out. But I'd like to do an arcana check in the room we're in.
Okay, sure.
Just see if there's anything magical
What are you
going on.
specifically just investigating for any magical
Yeah,
sources?
any magical stuff, sources, material, items, just any magical anything if I can get a feel in there.
Okay, roll an arcana check.
I have... always forget my modifier. Hold on. Okay, that is a plus... Wait, is that charisma?
It's intelligence, actually. You go to your arcana and your skills.
Oh, there it is.
The
You're right.
modifiers.
You're right. So it's +3. So, oh, that's not great. 8.
Okay, so you do a cursory glance at the room and search your feelings for what might be a source of magic. And aside from you and Stanley, you detect no sources of magic.
Okay.
Now you can still move or use bonus action.
I'm just gonna stay there and stare at the body on the ground.
All right, Stanley, it's your turn.
All right, first up, Quizquaz continues his assault.
And I want to drink your dreams. Come here, little one. And he assaults again. How much damage dice?
2.
2. Okay. And
It's
he
gradually
continues,
getting more dangerous.
Yes.
he continues flailing at it. Do I get to roll an intelligence check every turn?
No, it's only if he feels for some reason it might be an illusion and wants to
Okay,
try
so
to
again, he
break
gets
it.
swiped and it cut again, but this time he starts to. He's looking at his arm and he doesn't see anything, so he's going to use his turn to roll that check. Okay.
Well, when is
Right,
it
can
his turn?
Right after.
It's his action.
So it, yeah, so it would be his action, which would be now, actually. So, he.
But I'm not done with my turn yet. Are
Oh.
you saying he went before me, or?
Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead and be done with your turn.
All right, I
Sorry,
appreciate
my
it.
bad.
Bo.
I got
Thank
excited.
You
Yeah.
were very ready for him to not have to be fighting Quizquaz anymore. I understand. But we weren't ready.
I see.
I mean, we're
You're
melting
just having
heads.
him attack, so there's not much for me to do.
We're melting heads today, so dissonant
Okay.
whispers on him.
Is that the
Is it some-
3d6 one?
Yes, it is.
Is that the one that makes him run or makes him laugh?
Makes him run.
Okay. Saving throw 14.
Yep.
Fails. 3d6 damage.
4, 9, and then 6. So that's 10. That's 15.
Okay. So he's looking at his arm, then all of a sudden he looks straight ahead and his eyes grow wide and he clutches his chest and he's just like and his eyes begin drooping out of his face and his ears just sort of start to hang down and his face just starts to melt on top of his head with all the psychic damage you've inflicted. And he gets up and goes to run out the door, but his head disappears down his shoulders into like it looks like a candle as he just like falls over. His body's still twitching because the nerves are still going as he hits the ground. And the body's just like just shaking on the ground.
All right.
Damn.
And then I collapse on the stairs because I'm very tired.
Okay, perfect. So combat is basically over for you guys, which means we go back to Varel to finish up what's happening on down the road. Varel, you've got this guy underfoot. It's his turn first. This time he's able to, with advantage, attack your foot. All right. And he grabs on. He tries to cast a magical spell as he's got one toe in one hand and one toe in the other. He's like, "Argh!" But you feel like a burning sensation on your foot, but no damage. It's now your turn. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Pardon me. So still, I guess, still giant. What is it? Making my foot hot? What is this? And I'll keep my foot on him. Guys, I got him. He says the Red Scarlet's coming.
All right. So as you run down the street, you actually see you're pretty much in front of the sheriff's office at this point. So the door kicks open, boom, and you see the sheriff, Randy Clementine, standing there. He goes, "What in the hell's going on out here? But holy shit, there's a giant lizard out here!" And he just like pops his gun up and looks at you and points it at you. It's like, "Explain yourself."
I am temporarily giant. This man here attacked me and my friends in the Sapphire while we were spitting in our hands and having a good time.
The sheriff looks down and he says, "Get your foot off of him."
He's gonna do more. I think he might run for it again if I let him go.
Looks down at you, looks up at you, looks down at you. "Who is this man?"
He is the Scarlet of the Lactaid Cocktail.
Are you telling me he's with the Lactid Cartel?
That is correct, officer.
Randy sort of walks up, and then his two deputies come out the door too with the guns, and they've got them trained on you, but they're not doing anything. He looks down at them, kneels down between your toes, and he says, "What's your name there, son?" And then the cartel agent looks up at him and says, "You will all suffer. You will all die." And Randy sort of pulls out his handgun, cocks it back, puts the gun to his head, and pulls the trigger. Brains explode everywhere in between your toes. The effects of the enlargement begin wearing off as you start
I was going to ask you this. How does it go away? I didn't know if I had to recast it or.
Duration is 1 minute.
Oh, okay. I missed the duration. All right.
Yeah, as you start to shrink back down to normal size and become.
Well, I could have done that part. That would have been fine by me. I thought we would ask him questions, and well, you're the authority.
He's like, meet me head back to the Sapphire. We're going to take this guy's body off the land. If he's indeed an agent from the Lactid cartel, we've got major problems in this town. I'll be seeing you there soon. Don't go anywhere. And his 2 deputies start to pick up the body and bring it down the street where the Koffinstrupfer is. And you see an old man from the coffin place sort of come out from where he was observing with a measuring tape, and they bring the corpse over to him and start measuring him up for a coffin.
I'm not in any trouble because I had a half a man in my mouth, right? When I tried.
Well, I assume you swallowed it.
Yeah, did that? I mean, I guess it remained tiny, right? Since my weapon.
You feel very bloated in your stomach right now. you have a stomach ache. You have a serious stomach ache right now.
All right.
If you had pants, you felt like you were going to shit them, but you don't have pants.
It's more just that there's this giant ache in your belly right now. Your belly really hurt. You're sick. You're actually going to suffer some penalties for the next little while until you digest everything. You suffer disadvantage in all your rolls, and that's good enough. I think that's enough.
All right, I will limp my way back to the Sapphire, clutching my stomach.
All right, you push the door back open. You see, smoke still hanging in the air. You see corpses, like there's a guy with an exploded head. There's a corpse out front with an exploded head or melted head. It's just all shot up, bullet holes everywhere. The ogre Dunk, you see him riddled with bullets, dead on the ground as well. Yeah.
Oh my! Is everyone okay? I don't feel good.
Oh, and there's no door. There's a lizard-shaped cutout in the front that you walk.
Oh. I think we messed up the bar, guys. Guys?
Can we
We're up here.
Yeah, we're up in the room.
Oh, I hate a man.
Yeah, I should have warned you about that, but pretty cool otherwise, right?
Oh, it was fantastic, but I ate him while he was still, so he's all folded up inside now, and I can assume this is an arm.
Okay, so as you do that upstairs, Hope, you see Trigger sort of move Bertrand to the bed and sort of get him tucked in, and he's just sitting there by him.
I'll sit by as well, waiting for him to come to.
All right. After a few moments go by, you guys gonna hang out in the bar? Or are you gonna hang out in the office?
Yeah.
I'm staying by Bertrand.
Okay.
At some
I'm
point,
still just sitting at the top of the steps.
yeah, we need a rest. We need
We will have company. We can't go anywhere. The sheriff was pretty excited about the guy I stepped on, and he's coming by.
What do you mean he was excited?
He was the Red Scarlet, and they shot him. I stepped on him this time. I stepped on him softly for being as big as I was. I did a really good job, and I didn't kill him, but they did.
All right. So after a bit of this conversation, the sheriff shows up in the front doorway. He's like, "All right, everyone, I want you to sheath your weapons. Don't want to see any weapons out, and come down here so I can talk to you." And he sort of steps in, like he lifts his leg over a body and walks his way in and looks around and says, "Jesus Chrome."
Call that. We're all up here. If it wouldn't be a big bother, a couple of us are indisposed at the moment.
All right. He's like, "All right, I'm coming up." And he starts to make his way up the stairs into the office. He's got his mustache and a cowboy hat. He walks in with the swagger, walks past Stanley and Nash on the stairs, just sort of glowering at them.
Give him a little wave as he walks by.
You guys are like exhausted on the stairs. All right, who's in charge of this mess here? Who am I talking to?
Well, we would be talking to this man here in the bed, but as you can see, he's passed out at the moment.
Holy shit. And he sort of pulls back the curtain a bit, looks at Bertrand, and he's like, whew, that looks nasty. Can't say I feel sorry for that man. So he brought some trouble into town, and I heard something about the Lactid cartel coming here.
Correct.
Is this true?
We were having drinks, and these people started pouring into the bar, and then shot Bertrand point blank in the gut because he had made a deal with them. And then Bertrand assumed we would fight on his side, and I got drunk behind the bar. Now I'm waiting for him to wake up so I can find out what he promised.
Well, so you were drinking behind the bar, and he got shot. Who killed all these men?
Well, the fight escalated, and my friends have great big hearts. They do love protecting people, and so they joined to help the jeweler.
So you're saying they shot first?
No. The cartel shot first.
These cartel fools shot first. This doesn't look good.
Few things ever do.
All right, then. And so one of the deputies comes in to the front, and also this old man with gray hair. It's like he's bald on top, but it's long hair. He's like, "Where's Bertrand? Where is he? Give it to me." And he makes his way up the stairs. He pushes past people. He's like, "Get your hands off of him." And he walks up to Bertrand. He takes his stethoscope out and he starts listening. "Oh, Bertrand, you damn silly fool." And he starts, assessing. Is clearly sort of a doctor fellow. Walks in and starts assessing Bertrand during all this. The sheriff considers it and he says, "I don't think you folks should leave town. Where are you guys staying at?"
The hotel.
All right, so you guys go to your hotel room, and I don't want you leaving. Is that understood? Until I figure out and get the lay of the land of what's going on here. I have no idea why the Lactid cartel made such an open display of violence, but I need to get to the bottom of it. And maybe it's just this man's fault here, but why you guys, you're new in town, you shouldn't be hanging out with this man. Why are you here?
We were checking out the bars since we're new to town. We do love to drink, so we were just finding.
You were just here to get a drink,
No,
and you got
she
caught
was.
in the crossfire.
Let me get a drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why exactly do you not want us interacting with this man?
He's not a good sort. He tends to flout the law. He tends to do things under the radar. And I don't care much for his ways whatsoever. We put up with him because he's been here a long time, but things like this happen, and it's because of him.
Has he done
lucky.
Has he done anything illegal?
Illegal? Oh, he's done plenty illegal. I've been trying to catch the guy for years. I haven't found anything. And as far as I'm concerned, this just looks like he was innocently attacked by the Lactid cartel. Unless you have something you want to share with me that maybe he knows that I should know.
He apparently didn't come through on his end of a bargain. I don't know what the bargain was, though. He's passed out, so he can't
He made
talk.
a deal with the Lactid cartel.
Yes.
What kind of a deal?
He was supposed to get them something, but he didn't have it, and they showed up to collect, and then they shot him.
You sort of see out of the corner of your eye Trigger's like shaking his head at you, like. And then
I'll
as the
stare
sheriff
back
looks
at
over,
Trigger.
Trigger, like, he's an orc. He just stops moving and he just looks at the sheriff like all with disdain. Well, I'm gonna have to question him, I suppose, when he comes to. Trigger, you wouldn't happen to know anything about this mess? And he just looks at him and says, "I just work here, brother. I don't know nothing." And the sheriff says, "All right, well, I guess we'll get the coffin stroofer to come in and measure up some coffins for these guys. I'm going to stay here with the jeweler till he comes to and find out what this deal's about. I suggest the four of you be on your way to your hotel and stay there and not get in any more trouble."
May I stay
You
with
remember what I said about staying in the green? This is definitely red zone territory.
We were ambushed. We didn't do this on purpose.
I know, but something doesn't smell right. Something doesn't smell right, and if I find you in the red, it's not going to be a good day for you.
Well, that might be his guts everywhere. That's what doesn't smell right. His freaking intestines are all torn up, and there's probably poo in there. There's probably some poo.
Sheriff says, "Just get yourselves on going now. All right."
May I stay, Sheriff?
No, you may not stay. Get the hell out of here.
All right, I'll walk out.
That goes for you too, Green Man. Get the hell out of here now.
I wish to.
You've caused enough trouble. Made a big scene today. I got a big mess to clean up. I'm not happy with you.
I'll help. I'll help Stanley up if you need help.
As I stand, I'm gonna look back at Trigger and I'm gonna just say, "Remember what we agreed on," and then turn around and start to walk
Did
away.
you say that so that the sheriff could hear it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the sheriff looks and he's like, "What agreement? What are you guys agreeing on?"
Frig off, Randy, and then go down the stairs.
Excuse me, and he grabs your shoulder and he turns you around and sort of pushes you back. Maybe I didn't make myself clear there, Stanley. If that's your name. I'm the law in this town. What agreement you got with Trigger? I want to know now.
There is a very rare, difficult to obtain drink that, as far as I know, is only available over at the Buxom Confederate. As an elf, I am partial to it. The agreement was that they will find out how to make it so that I can continue to be a patron here as opposed to having to go over there.
Deception check.
Ooh.
Oh man.
16.
The sheriff looks you up and down and says, "If I were you, I wouldn't be so smart-mouthed. Now get on."
That's his default state, I say.
He just looks exasperated at you guys as his deputies sort of walk in and start looking at the corpse and like, "Woo wee, man, it's quite a mess that happened in here." You guys go to make your way out, and you see Bok coming in, sort of pulling up his loincloth from the back. And he sort of goes up to Vorel. He's like, he's like, "What happened? What happened?"
No, Bok. I ate too much.
He goes, and he's like, eat for me."
Oh no, not quite yet. We're back.
And he looks around. He sort of takes and looks around. He's like, "Fresh," and then he runs over to one of the corpses, and he starts like.
No, I'll run over and I'll grab him on the shoulder. Bok.
Okay, grapple check, please.
Oh dear. 16.
Okay, you go to grab him, but you're just like his force of will is greater than yours, and he's just sitting there. And he's like, he's starting to eat an arm, and sheriff's like, "Get that damn thing out of here before I pull my gun on it. Get him out of here." But he's still Bok is not
Vorel.
understanding.
Yeah, Vorel, you
Bro,
gotta
can
tell
you
him.
get Bok off this thing?
All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. Bok. I'd like to go home. I want to go back to the hotel, please.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
10 with disadvantage.
Okay. Actually, you would get advantage on this, so it's still one dice. So re-roll with the one dice only.
Okay. 19.
Okay, perfect. So Bok is like, he's got a piece of arm in his mouth, and he's like, and he puts it down. And he sort of looks all pissed off now, and he's just sort of following you out the door. And then he looks back and he sort of waves, and you see Gita it's like in the doorway, just kind of staring off at him, and she's like, You guys exit out the lizard-shaped door into the main street. It's very quiet.
Do I dare ask what she said? What was it? Just noises?
You don't understand.
Good. That's fine. I don't want to know.
Do you speak Goblin?
No, I don't want to know.
All right. So you guys exit into the main area, and you can now choose where to go and what to do as you're out in the street. It's dead. There isn't a soul around after the display that Vorel put in the street.
Which time is it?
It's about 8 o'clock. Sun's starting to go down. Dusk.
I just want to go to bed.
Yeah, we need rest.
I'm going back to the hotel.
Okay.
Let's all go to the hotel, because by morning we'll be having drinks at the sheriff's office and making spitty shakes there.
I'll catch up with you all later.
Where are you going?
Okay.
Where do you think?
Oh, you gonna get drunk somewhere?
Yes,
Are you gonna go spend time with Seluvis?
maybe.
Oh, jeez.
You were a great big help in that fight, Hope. You have a good evening.
You as well.
Go walking down, limping.
Okay. All right. So the party's going to split up again. The rest of you continue on down the road. Hope you were going where? Sorry, to the
Buxom Confederate.
Okay. So you make your way down to the Buxom Confederate. You see that again, the doors. You push open the doors. There's no one in the square at the moment, so it's very quiet. You push in. You just see Eric at the bar, and you see Seluvis smoking at a table. There's no clients in there today. There's a few of the girls just sort of sitting and talking, and it's pretty quiet in here. Seluvis
Tally
just looks at me.
around.
He's like, "Hope you made it back, and you're not dead.
Oh well.
I'm glad to see that."
Yeah, I can't die yet. You know, got bigger things to do.
Man, so you mind telling me what happened over there? It's killed all my business tonight.
You ever heard of the Lactid Cartel?
He sort of pauses and says, "Is that who came over there?"
I'll sit down. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know the Lactid Cartel. It's big news.
Who are they? Why are they big news?
Well, their Lactid Cartel ain't from around here. They're from the principal city. They're a criminal organization, and if I had to, well, I know that perhaps maybe they're interested in taking over the Oilbeard's business. And I'm surprised they did so openly. They've been operating in the shadows this long, trying to get Oilbeards out and install their own people in here to make all the money that's here. But I guess the jeweler must have really pissed them off for them to come and attack him out in open like that.
And what about the Red Scarlet?
I guess they weren't factoring in on the great champions of the Rusty Cage being in the same room when they attacked.
They didn't.
I wish I had money bet on you. I would have won even more. That's crazy.
Huh.
So tell me, what did you do? Did you mess up anybody in there?
I drank.
What?
It was
You-
not. It was not our fight.
Well, I mean,
No.
who did it? You guys just watched? Did
No,
Dawn
they all fought, but I didn't. It wasn't ours. They were forcing the fight.
All right. Well, I'm sure you had your reasons for doing it. It's not for me to judge. I mean, look at me. I try to avoid a fight every chance I get. It's not my way. So I understand you not wanting to fight them. It's better to sort things out and keep everyone alive than to have people dead.
Yes.
Yeah. The Lactid Cartel, if they came into town, that means they're looking to make a play. And if I had to put money on it, the jeweler probably made some kind of deal with them, and it went south. It blew up in his face. I can't say I'm unhappy about that, but maybe you should have let them win. Why didn't you let them win? That might have solved. Did you find the deed? Was it there?
No. It wasn't. We
What do you
don't know
mean?
where the deed is.
Well, at least you know. Did any of your friends help? Does he trust you?
Yes, he does.
He does. Well, you know, if you keep at it, he's going to probably reveal where that deed is, and then you come bring it back to me. All right, sugar?
I'll take a look around the room and see if Talia's around.
Talia isn't around in the room in the
Okay.
in the bar currently.
Okay.
So I don't know. You wanna drink?
Yeah, get me a drink.
All right, Eric, get us a drink. What are you drinking?
The strongest thing you have.
Strongest thing I have. Let me just look that up for the Buxom Confederates. Strongest thing he has is probably the Gargle Blaster for elves. So, but you probably don't want that. So, Lost Highway.
Lost Highway.
All right, make us 2 Lost Highways. And bring the bottle over too. So they makes 2 mixed drinks, Lost Highways. It's this brown, looks like oil in a cup, and then there's a bottle that he brings to the table, and he says, "To my new friend."
And I'll raise my glass and clink it.
Yes, clink it and drink back. All right. So, is there anything else that you want to accomplish with Celadus while you're here?
Maybe when we're really drunk, I'll ask him if have you ever thought about you're into slavery, right? Like gambling and prostitution. Have you thought not? Like if you could do anything else in the whole world, what would you do?
I mean, that's a funny thing to say. It's always been a part of my life. Slavery is kind of normal where I'm from. I'm from Principal City. The thing you have to understand about slavery is that we live in a shit world. There's nothing out there but sand and garbage and starvation. So if you had a choice between being a slave or just starving out in the desert and dying, it's better to be a slave. And we don't have enough food and resources for everyone to live like I live or like the principal lives. So it's better to give them purpose in life than for them to just go to waste. So you see, slavery is really a good thing. So I know what you're kind of by your tone, you're kind of like, geez, Celadus, maybe you should reconsider your morality. But I'm telling you,
no, morality is everyone's. But
world,
like, there was a little
world.
kid.
You got to take what's there for you. And people that are slaves, they ain't got the bones to take what's there for them. So they deserve to be slaves. And we deserve to use them. And that's just the way the world is now. And if you have some way of magically making it better and nice, well, that just sounds like dreaming to me. That's the world I know. And I know there's people in town because this place didn't used to have slaves, but it used to have all kinds of thievery. Used to have people backstabbing each other left and right. Used to have people suffering, people not caring. Now everyone's got purpose in this place. And we brought that when we came from Principal City here. So I'm pretty proud of what we have built here. So I've never really given it much thought, except it's a good way that we've organized things.
What about the oil beards? You like him? Don't like him? You want the cartel, the red, whatever, crimson scarlet thing to come in?
The oil beards, they're all right. Just business. I wouldn't want to be their friends. The dwarves are dumb and irritating. They just care about their gold and their jobs and their work, and they don't have much time for art and imagination. But they are brilliant engineers and come up with some ingenious ways to solve problems, and I respect that. So I wouldn't want to spend any free time with them, but, I like their devices.
Cool. So I can gather from that then Celadus is an oil beard fan. Cool.
Yeah. He has a relationship. It's one of his friends.
Okay, yeah, business. Yeah, gotcha.
I treat my friends good, and my friends, well, they better treat me good. Old beards are a friend.
Cool.
And you're my friend. You're my good friend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I'd say we're pretty good friends. Two gotta stick together and all that.
Well, is there something on your mind, Hope? It sounds like something's on your mind. Something troubling you.
No.
Maybe I could put your mind at ease.
Maybe.
He's creepy.
I mean, do you want me to put your mind at ease right now?
I'll finish my drink and I'll get up and walk to the back.
Okay. to his office?
Mm-hmm.
All right. When he gets up and follows you to the back.
Gross.
And see.
All right. So you continue on down the road, Nash, Stanley, and Varel. Hope's gone off to the Buxom Confederate. You can go back to the hotel, or you can do something else.
I'm still just limping straight for the hotel.
Same.
All right. As you limp for the hotel, you see in front of the hotel there's a couple of these gnomes standing out of the front doorway, hanging out by the front doorway of the hotel. They're gray and silver flecked. They just appear to be hanging around there, just leaning on the wall by the door.
I don't like the looks of this.
There's 3 of them.
I don't trust these guys.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't trust gnomes. Who are
Why
you?
not?
Who is this?
You'll split about 50-50 on gnome-related experiences, Nash. I don't think you need to harbor such resentment.
So the clothes they're wearing like these brown pants and these white shirts, the 2 of them, and one of them is wearing like this kind of long coat. It's closed up in the front.
Is he
They're
tall?
all men. They're all men, and they're all bald.
Is he taller than the others?
They're all about roughly 3 feet tall.
So it's not two gnomes stacked on top of each other in the coat.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, that happens a lot, though. So good looking out.
Spirits, haunt us no more this night. We are weary from battle.
So do you walk past them to go into Ladlebings?
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
ask.
yeah.
I'm asking who they are. Who are you?
So all right, who are you? And then the one guy in the trench coat's like, "Hey, I'm glad you asked. My name is Thomas, and these are my friends Thomas and Thomas. They're called Thomas too. We're all called Thomas. It's a weird thing, but I got this deal for you. Do you like timepieces? You know what a timepiece is?" He opens up one side of his coat and he's got these timepieces in it.
Okay. Yeah, I know what a timepiece is. Hurry up. What's the deal? I'm leaving.
All right. So as you look at the timepieces and Stanley and Varel, you sort of stop to watch what's going on. You notice, Stanley, you feel a little click, a tug at your belt, and then one of the gnomes is out of view.
You.
I don't see where he goes at all.
So you notice that there were 3, and then you sort of pay attention to the timepiece guy and this interaction, and then you feel a tug at your belt, and then you all immediately recognize that there's 2 in view.
Can I do a perception check for the third?
Yep.
11.
All right. So you realize, where do you keep your gold? Is it in a purse or is it in a bag?
Yeah, I guess it'd be on a coin purse on my belt.
Yeah. So you put your cape aside. You feel for your purse. It's not there, and you see the gnome standing right behind you with the purse in hand. And he goes, "Ah!" and he starts booking it down the road.
All right, I am booking it after him.
Okay, so gnomes run naturally 40 feet. So with a dash, he runs 80 feet, and you run 60. He's way out of your league running wise.
All right, I cast Hideous Laughter on him at the second level.
Okay, at the second level. All right, what's the
Because it's
saving
all
throw?
I have.
What's the saving throw?
It is Wisdom 14.
Okay, it fails.
So I yell out, "All these sea monster jokes are just cracking me up."
So this is hideous laughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he starts laughing. He starts laughing uncontrollably. His run breaks up, and as he's like catching his breath, trying to laugh and run, he's like, and he starts laughing. Does he take any damage?
No, he just falls to the ground.
Okay, he falls to the ground. He starts laughing.
So
Varel and Nash, do you do anything in response to this?
I don't have anything left.
I guess we're watching this happen, and I'll look at the timepiece gnome, and I'll just go to hold on to his scruff. So
Okay.
stick out a hand kind of lazily, one hand on my gut, one hand going to his shoulder, and just gonna hold him in place.
Okay, and perfect. All right, so Stanley, what do you do with the guy laughing on the ground?
I go walking over to him. I yank my coin purse free. I pull out my dagger and hold it to his throat, and I just say, "Don't steal from me. Anybody else is fine. Leave me alone. Good night." And I put the dagger back. I hold on to my coin purse. I go walking back.
You
towards-
say that, and much to your irritation, he starts laughing hysterically at what you say. He's just like,
Well, of course, he finds it all
You should have
funny.
seen the look on your face. I screwed you. He's just like laughing. But he doesn't do anything. You take your purse back without event. And the one that you're not holding on to, Varel, immediately takes off, just runs, books it down the alley.
Okay, can I do something?
And okay.
I want to sleep that little bastard.
Okay, perfect. Cast sleep.
Yep, I'm gonna cast sleep.
So 5d8 of dice.
Yep. Hold on a second. 5d8. Ah. Okay, here we go. 4, 5. That is 18.
Okay. So you, as he runs down, he goes, "Oh, huh?" And he just falls over, face first into the dirt. And then the one with the jacket's like, please let me go. We're sorry. We're sorry. We learned our lesson. We're sorry. Please let me go. Please, 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 please.
I'm gonna walk over and kneel in front of him, and I'm gonna say this. I want you to keep in mind that this is us at our most exhausted, and it wasn't any trouble at all. I'm gonna give him 3 gold and say, we might need information in the future. Don't steal from us, but we'll be on the lookout for you. And then walk away.
Okay, thank you. Roll a persuasion check, please, actually.
All right. That's 18.
All right. Says, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We learned our lesson, and if there's any information that we can give to you, we'll come and give it to you. Okay, okay. What do you want to know? Do you want to know anything now? I have information now. Maybe you give you 3 more gold, and I give you information now.
What's your information pertaining?
If I tell you the information, you won't pay for it.
I don't want to know the information. I want to know what it's about.
I know something about the new chopper mine.
Oh, do you?
Maybe.
Have you?
Yeah. I can't promise you'll like the information, but maybe I know something about it. Maybe I don't. But please don't hurt us. We're sorry. We're sorry. We didn't realize we were stealing from someone so strong. We'll find someone weaker next time and steal from them.
I'll tell you what. You come back here in the morning with any information pertaining the whereabouts of a man named Timber McClelland, and there will be more gold for you.
I can tell you now. I can tell you now. I can tell you now. Give me 3 more gold. 3 more gold. I'll tell you now.
I will give you 1 more gold and the other 2 if I lack the information.
Well, I can tell you where he lives. Do you know where we're met? Okay, give me the gold. Give me the gold. Give me the gold.
I give him 1 gold.
Okay, he takes it. He puts it in his. Okay. He lives on Metzen's cul-de-sac. It's the last house on Metzen's cul-de-sac. It's just wood. It's a very plain-looking house. That's where he lives. 2 more gold. 2 more gold. 2 more gold.
Do you know if he's currently there?
No, but I haven't seen him in a little while.
Well, there's 2 more gold when you can tell me exactly where he is.
Maybe you could check him at his house at nighttime. At night, 2 more gold. 2 more gold. 2 more gold.
I'm going to bed. You can go check and let me know in the morning.
He's probably at his house. People sleep in their houses at night. 2 gold. 2 gold. 2
Then
gold.
I would encourage you to go find out.
All right, I'll go look, and then I'll come back and tell you, and then you'll give me 5 gold.
In the morning.
Why don't you want to know now?
Because I want to go to bed and not be talking to you.
Okay, I'll come back in the morning. Give me 5 gold.
In the morning.
Okay. Thank you. And he tugs Vorel. He wants you to let him go now.
Take your friends.
I told you they were shitty.
Thomas, come, let's go. And they sort of run off. They scurry off like waddling, and they run down the alleyway to the side.
All right.
You're now in front of Lattlebings.
All right.
Down the road, you can see in the Sapphire the deputies are carrying out coffins from the lizard-shaped front entrance.
We had a busy day. Now I'm gonna go upstairs and lay down.
Right. So you go to Vorel. You move in to go into the Buxom Confederate, or not the Buxom, the Lattlebings hotel. And as you go in, someone exits and bumps into you, and it sort of hits you. There's this guy in a purple jacket and a top hat with a mustache, and he goes, "Excuse you, can't you see I'm walking here?
I'm gonna make a
Get out of the way,
check.
you big beast!"
Constitution check in his face. 10.
You're gonna check his constitution?
No. I'm doing. He bumped me in the stomach. I'm making a Constitution check right in his face. Horrifying.
Oh.
Yeah, he's sick.
Okay, so you spit out a little bit of human spittle, and it comes out, and just like pieces of flesh. And like, oh, how dare you? You're paying for my dry cleaning? How dare you? And he pushes you. Do you know who I am? Get out of my way.
Do you want the deed as well? Everybody does. Keep walking.
You apologize to me right now. Sir. Apology now.
Really?
I'm waiting. Apologize to me.
Have had just about enough of this place, and I will sock him in the face
Yes.
as hard as I can with all my might. A reckless attack.
Okay. Are you raging?
No, just the reckless attack, which means
Okay.
anyone gets advantage on me if they attack
Okay.
me.
I get it.
So an 18.
All right. It's a hit.
That seems like
Cool.
a hit.
Follow through, smack in the face.
Roll your damage dice, or is this just undamaged smack?
No, this is a
Undamaged
damage.
smack.
yeah. That'd be 8 points of damage.
Okay, so you sock him in the face for 8 points of damage. Boom! It's bruised all down his face instantly. And then as you do that, Bok Bok also runs up and gives him a nut shot. And he also sacks him for 5 points of damage. Just gives him like an uppercut right in his crotch. And he's like, oh, and he grabs it, and he's rolled down into a fetal position. His hat flies off, and his purple jacket gets all dirty as he falls down in front of the door. And he's like,
All right, I'll grab him by the back of the jacket and just start walking down the street. One hand on my stomach, walking towards the sheriffs, and oh, I've got another one. Here we go.
The sheriff looks at you and goes, what the hell is that there? What you got there? You're supposed to be in your hotel and not supposed to be attacking anybody. What the hell are you doing there, lizard man?
This man attacked me as I exited, didn't I? As I was entering
he's-
a public establishment.
He's still reeling and can't talk from the punch in his face.
Sir, if I'm going to be bothered all night, I request to be locked up, please.
I'm not gonna lock you up. We haven't determined if you've done anything wrong.
Oh, I'm getting there.
But let me take this man in and I'll ask him some questions. You just stay in town. If I need you for anything, well, I'm probably gonna need some backup. I don't think I can take you myself. So just leave him with me and go to your hotel and don't hurt anyone else, please.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Nash looks at Stanley and says, I've never seen him like this before. This is new.
Really don't think he's used to spending this much time around people.
Yeah. This
You
could-
said you guys whisper to each other like out of the corner of your mouth like this is where else sort of walks back to the hotel, and Bok Bok stayed with you guys. Now you guys again are still outside of the hotel in front of the door.
All right, let's go
I'm
in.
going upstairs. These people make me weary.
So you finally go ahead.
Agree.
All right, so you finally enter, push the doors aside, and it's Laddle Bing's. It's quiet. Laddle Bing is at the front desk. He's looking over a ledger with some glasses. He's like, Vorel, hello! Welcome back. How are you doing today?
That is
Did you have a nice day in Slave Town?
It was all right. We must retire.
Did you do the shopping that you wanted to do?
We did. Thank you, Lattlebing.
Did you need me to get anything for you?
Oh, doing just fine, Lattlebing.
You
Thank
say
you.
that as you step up the stairs. And as you walk up the stairs, you see the familiar the woman that you've been seeing now and then with the red jacket and the bullet belt, the red pants, and the 2 holstered guns. She walks by as she goes down the stairs, looking a little saucy. She looks at you and just like gives you a nod again. Howdy there.
And you're my favorite. And walk by. Keep
She looks at you and just continues down the stairs and out the entrance. You guys make your way up to the 6th floor, get back into the hotel room, and all right. So you can make whatever arrangements you'd like for relaxation and rest this fine evening.
I'm
Take the couch.
straight to wherever I can lay down.
I'll take a bed, whichever bed I haven't seen Bok Bok around.
Yeah.
And Bok Bok, he again sleeps near the lizard on the floor, sort of leaning against him in the couch. All right, so is there any other arrangements that need to be made for resting? Everyone's just going to go to sleep. No watches, no anything of that nature. Doors
No.
closed this time.
I'm just passing out.
Only if someone else closed it.
Okay, the door is open then. Is anyone closing any of the blinds or anything like that?
I'll do
my
Not
it.
room
blinds,
would
but
be-
curtains.
I'll do it.
My room would be locked up.
Oh, so you're in one of a room with it locked. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Nash?
I'm gonna shut the curtains. I reach out. I'm so tired. I can't even bother to walk over there. I reach out with my staff with its nail. I snag a portion of the drapery and just yank it over.
All
It's
right.
good
you
enough.
Do that.
Tear it a little bit. Who cares? Going to sleep.
right.
And as you do that, you guys sleep very soundly. The town is quiet, and no sounds are coming out of it. There's nothing coming from the Sapphire or the Buxom Confederate like you might normally expect. You sleep well. You sleep so well that you don't hear what's going on through the night. And Hope sleeps well for different reasons. And as morning starts to approach, let's see. I'm going to check people's passive perception here.
Mine's 14.
Yeah. So, Varel, you sleep well, but you're a creature of the desert. You're a creature of predatory nature and hunting. You're sensitive to changes in the atmosphere and to
Keep having to
vibrations.
get up to drink water through the night.
Vibrations in the ground. And you feel a vibration and it wakes you. Early morning, sun is spilling through the blinds, and the ground vibrates very subtly.
I will
as it
roll
vibrates.
a little over off the couch and put a hand on the wood floor.
You hear like a vibrate. Roll a survival check, please.
7.
Okay, you feel a vibration, and you hear the window panes rattle a bit with each vibration, like a hear a vibration.
And it has a rhythm to it, right?
There's like it's a predator walking everywhere in the room. Vibrations.
Bok bok. Awaken.
Yes, what? He seems to be enjoying his sleep too much to move. He just sort of opens an eye and looks at you.
Big Walker.
He feels around. He's like, yes, big.
Big.
I feel vibration.
I will.
You hear another big step as they get louder and louder, and the sun from the window to the east side all of a sudden blinks out and it's black.
Oh, snap. Okay, so I'll sort of serious cat mode, or I guess serious lizard mode, kind of go on all fours and get her over to the window and give it a look out.
You give it a look out and peek through, and you just see this giant form, and this head moves down, and then you just see this thing of flesh, and then you see a giant eyeball filling the size of the window open up and look right back at you. It's an eyeball in the entire window.
Is it black?
It's yellow. The skin is brown, and the skin is brown and pink fleshed. You see hair. Looks somewhat humanoid, but you don't really see much. You just see a giant eye filling the entire window.
All right, well, then I will kind of crouch beneath the window. I will stand and look into it.
And then you hear this voice. It booms and echoes everywhere. Hey, you in there! I see you! This wakes everybody up. And then you see two giant fingers crash through the side of the hotel and attempt to grapple you. All right, roll a contested strength check, please.
All right. 10.
10. All right, so this giant hand breaks floor and floorboards and the wall, and everything comes crumbling down, and this wakes everyone. There's a giant racket and creaking as this giant hand, the size of you, wraps itself around you, closes, and pulls you out. And you get a better look at the creature you're facing. You see a giant man standing taller than the buildings with one eye. Only one eye in the middle. And he says, "Where's my shiny? You've got it. I know you do." You try to struggle free and you can't. And I think that's where we leave it this week.
Oh, man!
What?
Oh my gosh!
My shiny.
I'm so excited. Wait, what
Now
is
you have to wait
somebody?
2
What
weeks.
we got to think about? Who has what? Somebody's got a shiny something. I hope it's John's sword.
I mean, it would be a really cute name for a Cyclops to be named Timber. And he might be the guy we're looking for.
Well, he stands taller than the building. This is a giant human. And we'll say Nash and Nash woke up and sees Varel being grabbed by a giant one-eyed human the size of Lattle Bings.
I love it.
And he puts me straight in his mouth like poetry.
I freaking love it.
The animal kingdom, the food circle cycle.
Well,
Circle
it's
cycle.
just a short 2-week wait to find out what happens.
Yeah, it's not too long. Oh, yeah, that's right. So next week I'm in Las Vegas all weekend for a meetup for the morning stream. So I won't be here, which means there's no show kind of because of that. Usually it's like if Bo and I are gone, we're kind of hosed. Anytime anyone else leaves, we can kind of maybe do a guest here and there. But that's just sort of the way the cookie crumbles. But don't worry. We'll get back to this giant weirdo out the window and what Varel does next. The poor guy. Oh, he's already had a rough day.
Well, you guys all have the benefit of a full rest, so whatever comes in 2 weeks,
Yes.
refresh your characters.
Yes. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love this idea. How big is he? Can you just say how big he was? Or do we...
So yeah, just 1 second. Let me get you some details so everyone can think about it over the next 2 weeks. All right.
Yeah.
So just a quick second. But he's as tall as Lattle Bings, but I can give you a more accurate foot count.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, so that would make him about 60 to 70 feet tall, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
This is a giant, this is an insanely giant thing. This is not lizard. This is not lizard and large. This is a cyclops.
Best I can do is make him half that size. It's still 30 feet, 35 feet.
Yeah. He's still bigger than Giant Varel, which ate a guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll be next week. Don't forget, or not next week. Sorry, 2 weeks from today, we picked things right back up with where we were. So awesome work, Bo. Great work, everybody. We'll be back then to do it again. Thank you all for listening. ThereWillBeDungeons.com has links to everything you could possibly need for the show. We're adding things to there all the time, so as we get more artwork and that kind of stuff, we'll be putting it there. But if you have questions about where to get the video archives of the show, how to get the podcast, all that sort of stuff, go check it out. That's at ThereWillBeDungeons.com. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, ThereBeDungeons is where you'll find that. I think it's going to do it. Bo, anything else before we go?
No, great episode today, guys. Excellent fight.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
I can't wait for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. And I'll see some of you in Vegas. Be safe, travel safe, and we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Well done.